Everything you need to know about Iron Fist, timestamped with chapters with in-game examples. Prime in-game examples. Iron Fist guide in under 30 minutes. Let's go. Number 1. Primary. Jeet Kune Do. It attacks in a 5 attack pattern. 1 through 4. Each deal 30 damage. Slow-mo. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the kick. The kick does 2 instances of damage with increase below 50% HP threshold. Okay? No matter what, it will follow this pattern. Okay, so you can charge up attacks without hitting anything. Look at this, I'm charging it. Here we go. 5. Block. We're gonna get into block later, and then this is the flurry. So let's get into the flurry now. The flurry does 8 flat damage plus 3.1% max per individual strike. So as you can see, it is excellent to be used against tanks. We will actually go over the instances of when you should be using it, such as this. Thor, an annoying brawler. Yes, he melts tanks. Penny. I wouldn't recommend it, but I mean, if you can time it when she's not having her nest, it will melt her into oblivion. Alright. Do not underestimate the damage. Look at this. It's only me attacking this Magneto. He's blocking all of Phoenix's shots. I took him out in 1 flurry. They better nerf this, but I don't know. It's very challenging to play this guy. Now, Dragon's Defense. You hear that? Yeah. We're getting into it. You can block damage. Any form of damage, crowd control, whatever. It blocks. Yeah, I took that face first. And again. Alright. Plain and simple, you hold down the block button, okay? And it enables this sort of charge. And there we go, we blocked Strange Result. Okay? It blocks damage, blocks crowd control, blocks ultimates, no matter the damage, as long as it's within that specific window of which you are holding, keyword holding, down the button. Okay? It is imperative that you do this. Crowd control right there. I would have gotten eaten by Jeff if I had not blocked. Okay? But not only that, perfect block right there, by the way. It can block crowd control.
Nice job, guys.
Luna, Snowball. Mantis, Sleep, right there. Pew! That was the sleep. Crane Jump is the jumping ability. 1 second cooldown, feet must touch the surface. It is excellent at avoiding heavy damage. Very good at avoiding specific amounts of damage. You know, play around with the enemy's focus and make them tilt. Alright? Look at this. Bob and weave left and right. And it recharges the moment you touch the ground. Unless you jump again within that 1 second recharge window, it's not going to charge. Alright, so just keep that in mind. He is able to climb up walls, not downwards though. Okay, it goes horizontally only. You see this? Horizontally. He can go up, but in a horizontal fashion. You see this? Yeah, we are basically a panther, just not as flashy. He is a brawler, so keep that in mind. Alright, let's move on to the next bit. Harmony Recovery. This is the heal. This is what you see a lot of Iron Fist do. Now, it's not recommended to be healing before you fight, okay? That overshield dissipates really fast, okay? But the team up, look at this, it heals everyone within a 10-meter radius height as well. Now, let's get into the kick. Okay, there's 4 parts to this. Very similar to League of Legends Lee Sin, where you're able to disable, engage, execute, and escape using the kick, okay? We're gonna get into both. Very tiny clips of Lee Sin right here, okay? Right there, you're able to disable a carry, a squishy, a healer, whatever. You're able to do the same thing, right? In Marvel Rivals. Watch this clip. Boom. Kicked Invis out of the Cloak and Dagger bubble. She was not able to get healed. Kicked Invis out of the Luna ult. Okay? Here we go. We're gonna do the same thing over here. Kicked Emma. Boom. So she can't get on point. Here we go, this one as well. Kicked Luna, so she loses line of sight of her fellow healer, okay? And she's away from her team. Kicked Strange, and he drops his shield momentarily. Now, cancel movement abilities. Hulk Leap, okay? It can cancel it. Watch this. Thor Dash. You see that? Look at the feet position. The moment it goes behind the character's torso, it is a falling animation. Boom! Cap as well. I'm not wrong on this, okay? It is a disruptor, okay? Look at this, Lee Sin again, okay? You can kick him out, you can kick as a disruptor. Now, kick as an engage. Engaging is very iffy because it doesn't deal as much damage as an execute, but it's also something to utilize. Now we're going back into that strange kick. We're engaging on that strange to make him off his shield. Engaging on the Moon Knight so we can burst him down ASAP. Engaging on the strange yet again. You see this? It's a lot of specific nuances, okay? Where we kick in so we can help our supports. We kick in. Look at this, another one. You hear that? That's Thor. Never let a Thor near your support. Okay, kick in. I will blow that CD like there's no tomorrow. If I can exchange it to take out an annoying dive right here. Also, this was a DeLuna clip from one of my shorts. And you saw that we kicked in. No damage, but it closes the distance. Boom! Okay? It is very important to utilize these kicks in the appropriate scenarios. Here we go again. Kick in. Right there. Disrupt everyone. Also, it's a fat ult charge. It's a lot of ult charge. Because it hits twice. And then it's an AoE kick. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's move on to the next clip. Now this is just a Lee Sin comparison with the kick engage right there. Okay, anyone who plays League of Legends, you can understand this. Okay, but it's the same concept. You kick for the engage. Okay, now let's move on to the next bit of the kick. Kick as an escape. Yes, people end up kicking out. It's a very common term in the Iron Fist community where you kick out, and it's safe and it's very much warranted to do so. You should be kicking out more times than you're executing because they nerfed Iron Fist into oblivion. Alright, he's now a tank buster. He doesn't really serve much purpose as an assassin anymore. Okay, so right here I'm escaping from the Fantastic. Okay, it's a lot of scenarios, right? You see how I use that clip in multiple scenarios? Watch this one. Okay, I'm frontlining with my tank. I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm kicking out, and I'm gonna heal up. Okay, right here. Ooh, that's a thing. I don't want anything to do with that guy. He's gonna earthbound me and take me out of the game. Iron Man is getting pocketed, so I'm not gonna deal with that 1v1. I kick out. I'm ulted. I blocked. I'm kicking out, so I can get more heals. Then I'm gonna take him out of the game. Look at this. See that? See that? See that? Right? Right here. I'm trying to hold this space by myself, which is possible if you do it correctly.
Oh my God, no way.
Look at that. Alright. Enemy Jeff is ulting. I'm not getting caught in that because my team needs me. I'm one of the DPS and they got brawlers right here. I got collided by the Hulk grab. Okay. I can't have my support come to me, so I'm gonna go to them. You gotta kick out. Same thing over here. They got two earthbounding targets. Thing and Bucky, you cannot risk yourself like that. So you gotta kick out. Right here as well. Kicking out from low health. I could have gotten assassinated right there, but no. Okay, now right here, I'm gonna try to hold this part to make them focus me. When it gets too low, I'm kicking out. I'm not using my ult for damage. I'm using it for utility and space management. Right here, trying to 1v1 one of Iron Fist's worst 1v1 scenarios, and we're getting hit by a squid, losing a lot of health, kicking out. Okay? It's not the end of the world, okay? Lose the battle, win the war sort of thing. Right here, we are getting obliterated by a lot of damage, and we kick out to the health pack, right? A lot of the scenarios where you end up kicking out, and it's okay. Okay, you see this? Yeah, I'm getting wiped, I'm kicking out.
I'm dead.
Oh, fuck. You see? You kick out. Now, this one wasn't really a kick out, but okay.
Oh, sick fucking dodge, bro.
The purpose is to dodge. Now, kicking as an execute. Yes, you deal bonus damage once a target is past or reaches 50%. Big fat keyword percent threshold. Okay, kick does 75 damage on the second instance. It goes dun dun. Okay, boom ba boom. Okay, kick does 2 instances of damage. Now that time, I did not manage to get Rocket below 50%. If I had, then he would have, you know, gotten us at one shot. Look at this Jeff. Boom, 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 boom. Threshold. Yeah, execute. You see? Look at this Iron Fist. 4, 5, and then execute with the kick. Look at Thor. Remember, it only triggers at 50% health. It does not scale with max health. Okay, so it's just something to keep in mind. That's why the kick is only really good against squishies, or if they're really close to that specific 100 HP threshold. Okay, because first kick does 35, second one does 75. That's 110 damage, you see? Okay, and here's Iron Fist, right? Iron Man. Kick as an execute. Iron Man can... I don't remember if he's 275 with 300 health. I don't think he's 250. You see this? Kick again. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. What the fuck? He swapped to Phantasmal, you turd ball. Alright, and then boom. Kicked her out of the game. He's dead. Right here, annoying Iron Man. Gotta get him out. Boom, boom. Missed the 5th, so we gotta work with the first 4. Right? It's very, very helpful when you have another dive, because they can help chunk them down, chunk the squishies down to that 50% threshold. Right? Just keep that whole pattern in your mind when you're playing this guy. It's a pattern, pattern, pattern. Okay, now look, I'm ulting. You're against 3 healers. Dude, you're not gonna get anywhere. Okay, but the best part about this is that Iron Fist is a complex character. So if you juggle attention, juggle targets, one of them's gonna, you know, mess up. And here, look at this. One of Iron Fist's worst counters, Wanda. Just get her to that threshold and be fast about it. You gotta be fast, okay? This is a 300 HP target. Okay, so you do the top 5, then number 1, and then the kick, and they're dead. Spider-Man, yep, one of my teammates helped get him to the 50% threshold, and this is me on Lee Sin. Kick 1 shots. Look at that. My fucking kick 1-shot him. Okay? It's just some things to keep in mind when you're it's a practice, right? It's a practice that can apply to multiple games, because there's other games that are just like this. Okay, now we're gonna get into the playstyles. This is a little more important, okay? So, we're gonna go into every single role Iron Fist has as a DPS. He is an anti-flyer. Say no to flyers. You use your passive of wall climbing to be able to then get to the height needed, so you don't have to waste your jumps, because the jumps only refresh once you touch a surface. If you're not touching a surface, you're just gonna fly. You're just gonna fall. Okay? He is great at anti-flyers. I always run him into anti-flyers. He's probably the best because you don't have to really aim. You see this guy right here? The dash with the flurry. You kind of maintain your height when you're fighting in the air, as long as you're punching or attacking. It only works when you're attacking. And it's really reliable because Iron Man likes to farm. They like to farm all over your healers. Just like Moon Knights and Squirrels. You do not want to deal with them at all. You don't want your healers dealing with them. Okay? It's very important. Like, look at this. Height gain. Taking off the Ultron. They can fly as high as they want, but, you know, Iron Fist can reach 10 meters with the attack range. As long as he's able to get there, he's able to float and fight in the air. Okay. And there's a lot of buildings that go up pretty high. Don't never let these guys farm. Never let them even exist. Force them off so that your healers are able to exist. Oh my god, I'm fuck. He's dead. Okay. It's very important about that. Very, very important that you maintain this mentality, as you are the biggest counter to them. Okay, now we're gonna get into dive. So he is a good dive. If you pair him up with a cap, you're gonna see here I'm with a cap, and we bully healers. That is where he excels really. He can't really he can 1v1 healers easily. He can 1v1 strategists easily. It just takes longer since they kind of nerfed his flat damage. Okay, you see this? I'm using my flurry and it's not doing much damage. I mean, he is getting healed by Mantis and all, but okay. Look at this. You can even, you know, the behavior of a dive is the same thing that goes for any dive character, right? Thor, Venom, any of them. Now, where he really shines is anti-dive, brawler, and shredder. Okay, so he's good against brawling anti-divers like Magic, Psylocke, not Daredevil. We're gonna get into the 1v1s later, but you know, against Thors, Caps, Venoms, Hulks, I always run him into them. He is their biggest counter, in my opinion. Just because of the percent health, shred, and the block, he is a bully to them. And it's really good because those guys like to bully your supports. And you shouldn't really allow them to. Like, watch. I heard the noise, so I kick in. And I prioritize my healers and get this Thor out of the game. He can try to fly as much as he wants, but no. He's not leaving. Look at this. Okay, double brawlers, Sting and Thor. Look at where he's going. He's ignoring me. But you can't ignore me. Nope, nope, you can't ignore because Iron Fist is a brawler, he's a shredder, and anti-diver. Okay, look at this. We were waiting for this Cap. We were waiting for him because he likes to dive on our supports. We are going to negate that. You see this? Going back to that same clip. We were waiting for him. We prioritize and provide a lot of anti-dive against tanks specifically. Other ones, it becomes a brawling fest. Right, so here's that same Cap. You know, he's aggressive, and we're gonna say no to that. You're not allowed to jump on our healers. Nope. Okay. Look at this. Look at that Thor. You saw him? He gunned for our supports. We get right in there. I'm ulting the crap off. I'm literally ulting his face off. Okay. Chapter playstyle of a staller. Okay. How it works is he holds space, regardless on point, or in a specific valuable area, like a choke. He's able to do that. Look at this. I'm just flying back and forth, back and forth. Whoever, you know, gets caught in the crossfire, and I get a pick, that's worth. That is big fat worth. Provide the stagger. Make them stagger. Okay, understand that. Now look at this. I am going to be 1v3 on this point. I had to kind of remove some of the vocals because I was very loud. But anyways, we end up becoming 1v3 as our supports, and I guess the rest of the team somehow dies. I don't know how exactly they all died, but anyways. Yeah, so I am in my ult form, and no, I'm not. Now, Iron Fist isn't that great without ult form when it comes to stalling, my bad. But look at that, we stalled long enough for our team to get here with the portal. And that is a victory. And Stall Fist prevails yet again. Next clip, here we go. So, you're able to stall points, you're able to stall space. Alright, here we go again. Same thing. We are stalling this specific area, this specific beautiful choke point, because we have both the height and the corner. You see that Iron Man? He's not escaping. He kind of just sat there and accepted his fate. So we're going to keep the stagger going. You are using your stalling potential as a stagger potential. Same thing over here. Look at this. We need a push. I need to ult. No, I'm the front line. We literally have a Penny as a solo tank, and I'm like, okay, whatever. The dude went Penny on attacking round. You know, I don't know. But we needed something because you get the idea. So we took out one of the healers as Stall Fist, and this clip here. Another playstyle, Shredder, okay? Just like that other one before. Look at this. He's able to take out Groot. Groot gets 1,000 health, by the way. 150 bonus health on top of his 850 regular HP bar, okay? He is a Shredder to all tanks of existence. Even Angela. He's great against Angela, by the way. Angela's actually hate him. And look at this. Venom. He's also a pretty tanky tank. He's literally like 700 health. Dude, he died in like 2 seconds. Come on, let's get out. Let's, you know. Okay, here we go. 14 need to know tips. Now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. The playstyle of this guy, advanced mode. Okay, you always, as Fist, you were a mobile DPS. Very mobile. You see this? I'm running straight to my backline. I know the enemy Jeff's going for my backline. And who's helping? No one. Only me. I support my supports. You get that? That's how you win games. Easy. Look at this. Enemy Jeff again. I block that ult, and I take him out so that he can spit them out. Next one. Kick can be cancelled. You see that? My
Just stop
damage.
my fucking kick.
I don't think my damage actually, but the crowd control definitely got, yeah, definitely got avoided. Now, 1v1 potential against Daredevil, it's actually very much not in your favor. He gets way too much bonus health, he gets way too much damage, way too much recharges just from hitting you. You see that? Okay. Yeah, I needed an HP pack, and I needed to dodge some of these hits. I blocked one of his Devil's Throw, I think, which is actually a lot more damage than the chain. Sorry, than the toss or whatever. Okay, against Wanda, not in your favor either. You have to get up close and personal. Do not let her get that window to kite you, right? Right here, you see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the kick KO. When it comes to Bucky, it's a lot challenging. He's a really, really good 1v1. I've actually lost a few times against him as Cap. So Iron Fist and Cap both play similarly. Bucky gets a lot of bonus shielding. It's a very much skill reliant. I would probably say it's like a Riven versus Fiora from League of Legends, right? You gotta time a lot of his abilities, his arm blast, his hook, especially the knock-up. Watch this one right here. I think I blocked. Let's see, so he tried to hook me right there, and he gets a lot of bonus shield. He gets it more than freaking Iron Fist does, which is hilarious, by the way. I probably never really wanted to want him unless I actually have to. Now, look at his Overshield. Overshield acts similarly as health, but he gets 614 to the max with the rocket ulti plus a max charge block, I think. I don't, you need to do the math first. Now, presence matters, just like Cap, okay? You gotta make them panic ult. Whenever they hear cheaper town hall, they're gonna start ulting, okay? And where they ult doesn't really matter. Now, when you get grounded or earthbound, you can't use movement abilities. That means kick or jump. Like at all jump. Not even the crane jumps, but just the jumps in general. Now, triple knockback is the 5th plus the kick. Right there, 5th plus the kick. Okay, lots of times, if you time it right and do the full combo and whatnot against the squishies, you're able to take them out of the game. This one I should have done another primary and then the kick, but you get the idea. So this is the same thing as just earlier. You're gonna see it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the double kick. Okay. Now you gotta be mobile. Remember, he is a mobile DPS. Make use of your jumps. They all matter. Because of how his primary and secondary always function, whenever there's an auto-target range, you see that? We blocked the Bucky ult. Okay? You're able to literally follow and chase targets, okay? It's an 11-meter dash, speed-wise, but, you know, it's not the greatest speed-wise. So that's where you gotta pair it up with your jump. Here we go. Long-range punch. Right there. We last jumped, we 4th jumped, okay, into the dash punch. Okay, it covers a lot of ground. Now, you obviously cannot primary attack through a shield. Now, certain scenarios, you will need, you see that Hulk smash, he's in his ult form, 1400 tank, very, very deadly to your healers. Look at that, we must take him out of the game. He jumped right out of the way. See that? He clapped the crap out of one of our supports. He literally does half health to a lot of them. All he does is just like 2 autos plus a clap and they're dead. So, let's get into the team fighting now. So some of these will be live and some of these won't be live. So we're just gonna get into it. Here we go. First one, and we're against 2 brawlers, Thor and Thing. They are gonna try to ignore us, but we will tell them, no, you can't ignore us. Right? So they're going straight for our supports. Look at that. 2 of our teammates are already dead. I am the front line. You gotta step it up, and that's how Iron Fist performs. Okay? Now, we kind of covered this previously, but we're going to dissect it a little bit. Versus shooters, use the flurry, because percent health is much better than flat damage. We're going to take out the Iron Man always. For the second I see Iron Man, I ult the crap out of that. I'm getting him out of the game so he doesn't harass our teammates. Okay, against Sting, I always put up my block, okay? Try to block the Earthbound or else you're doomed, literally. Next team fight, here we go. So, 2 of our tanks are already dead. That is really bad for us. I am now the front line. This is a 3v6 game. I think my other DPS died, or got caught somewhere. So anyways, the tanks are back there, so you can kind of see what I'm getting at. Right here, we're going in for the kick, taking out Invis as he got kicked out of the bubble. Okay, use the mobility. I am blocking, plus jumping around, and line of sight, breaking line of sight. We're gonna build up the ult charge, get ready for the kick, got the ult charge, pop the ult, fly over the Bucky with the ult, and then we go in and try to assassinate their healers. Okay, our healers are really good as well, and they saved me so I could do my job. So it's a happy day for everyone. Okay. Alright, next one.
Fucking
Commit to
bitch.
1v1s. If you are managing flanking positions, you want to manage and maintain that space. Look at that. They have nowhere to run. Okay, I'm taking out their DPS. You're not a counter to Iron Fist because I use your squids. Now, look at this. We took out the healers and we will applaud and thank our healers. Okay, another one. Notice my ult charge. We are 40% under ult charge. We're going to play around with our mobility, prioritize this Bucky so he doesn't get more ult charge or rather against our healers. He has AoE damage, and we see an Luna all by herself. Sorry, Daredevil, you're not a good anti-dive. Bucky is getting literally he's getting his ankles broken. Okay, we're jumping all over his head. We're gonna focus down this store. And Invis for some reason got caught in the way. We got our ulti, and now we're gonna rain havoc. Okay, enemy teams tend to ignore Iron Fist a lot. And I don't know why. He's a really big threat. Alright, here we're gonna listen to some live commentary.
Strange, get ready to portal.
Wait for them to die. Portal now, portal now, portal now. Alright, let's get into it. Just don't go in, go back out, go back out, go back out! Our team portaled in. We got hit by the Bucky ult. We're gonna wait out the ult. Magneto ults us, we block it.
Focus the Bucky, focus the Bucky.
With our block, we focus on the Bucky, because he is their only DPS. I believe, no, actually they're 1, 2, and 3. I think.
Yes,
Yep,
just
1,
keep
2,
spraying,
and
keep
3.
spraying, keep spraying.
We're applauding Jeff, asking him to spray us some more. Okay, this is a stall. Our Strange died somehow. And you see that we kick out, go to the pool, because we're mobile. We never use our kick to assassinate in these stall motions, okay? Unless they're a guaranteed window of success. Understand? Good. Next one. Here we go. So, we kind of saw this earlier. We're going to block that Mantis Sleep. Flurry down the Emma, take her out of the game. She got caught by the net. God bless that squirrel girl. We're gonna fly over their entire team into their backline, try and divert attention from our supports, and I'm also one of the supports. Iron Fist capitalizes off of enemy mistakes. C&D went cloak mode. We took her patty caking teammate Fishman, the shark, out of the game. Okay, very simple to play Iron Fist, yet you need to still use your head. Now, you want to force staggers. In this specific team fight, we're forcing the staggers. We already staggered the Emma. For some reason, they're still trying to capture the point without staggering. I don't know what's going on over here, but they're getting staggered again. And you see, Emma is here. Okay, forcing it yet again. Now, this is a brawler fiesta. Okay, look at this. We got 2 Buckies. I think I actually talked about this clip earlier, but I'm too lazy to edit this out. So anyways, you're seeing us use our jumps to avoid the Bucky ultimate, right? And now we're just gonna take Mr. Fanta out of the way, out of the game. Bye-bye. Next clip. Here we go. This one is a little bit more. We gotta use our heads, right? So I'm dealing one on point. We got 30 seconds left. I got crystalled by the Emma. There goes the pop. I'm trying to heal up, they're saying no. I dipped out, I kicked out, I took a Jeff bubble, I'm a little bit back to full health. We're gonna go back in. Luckily we are mobile, so we can climb that jump. Now we're gonna play around here and there, we're gonna activate some blocks. Our Penny wants to kamikaze, and I say okay. Now, Bucky is ulting our backline. We got Squirrel chucking nuts all over the place. We're gonna prioritize our backline and take Bucky out of the game. Torch, for some reason, wants to position like a clown, and Jeff, he likes nuts. Okay, so yeah, that's just about it for the video. Hope this video has helped you guys out in the long run, and this is Iron Fist Guide 101. He's a very, very powerful duelist, very powerful DPS. So yeah, thanks for watching, bye.